Hello, I love you. My name is April, and here we are today. I have just sitting here shuffling, and a message came out that is too important for me to just put it back in the deck. I have goosebumps on my right hand side. I just want to tap in. I hit record before I was ready because I'm just excited to share this message. Okay. So how I see it is there is a person that has come here to broadcast as a channel. This channel had many emotions that had to be witnessed before it could take root as a powerful light. There were obstacles with the mountain in the background, and this is the star frequency. So like, this is somebody that even in the modesty of this card where she is like holding herself closed and covered, she's holding on to a light that is very precious to her higher heart. She's holding it right over her thymus. Now the sacred geometry that is emanating out of her is unrecognizable to most. So much so that she is, in this state of betrayal and worry. But this is 19 swords. 19 swords, because I'm going there with other numbers. Her mind is the light. Her mind is the light. And her thymus is here to awaken to this truth that is coming in from a higher source. Now, she has been betrayed and skewed up, like skewered up for her shininess, for her light, for the things that she brings to the table. While this is 19 swords, we have 20 right underneath as the awakening. That is judgment. She is the one to bring the light in. So we have 17, 18, 19 swords, 20. What do we have? 13, 14. We have 13 emotions. We have 14 actions. Oh, we have 14 emotions. We have 15 actions. And we have 5 materials. Okay. Let's just get here. So, how it is looking is there's 2 masculines that were running towards her. But she was in her lower nature. And she was not understanding the expression of her power. And then we have oh, excuse me. it took a long time for a maturity to take place from a place of strength it took a long time to mature the way we acted so that we could tame the lower nature of our being. Now, this precious star was introduced to masculine energies that promoted betrayal within her so she could witness growth within her own family line. That's coming down the road. When I view this Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Inspiration, this card mimics the Three of Swords in this deck, which is the Three of Voices. It is a dark place where not a lot of action actually takes place. There is passion here, and there is space to move forward, but nothing can grow in this dirt. Unlike this, where everything is growing, but we're not really taking care of it. It doesn't need to be taken care of. It's just like set it and forget it. Now, it's hard in this deck because everything is represented by a feminine, but I'm going to do my best to state how I saw the bottom come in. So there's 13 emotions. All the choices are from a higher power, and there are plenty of fish in the sea. But we are not focused on this karmic cycle of our lineage. 6 of Cups. 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups. This is 13 cups in total. So this is feminine emotion. The number 13 for me represents femininity. So the feminine emotion, especially that of which we were taught as children, our karmic nature tied to Saturn, tied to karma, tied to our baggage, our root core trauma baggage, because she's sitting on this suitcase of goods that she accumulated as a child that masked the truth of her expression, are all coming through as viable options, but every single option is putting her into the wrong frequency of 10, betrayal and burden. Carrying the burden for the family line, then this burden is for, I don't know if this is Red Rock or, I don't know how to say it, Urula, U-L-U-R-A, but that's representative as the solar plexus. Oh, maybe it's Red Rock. So this figure that is hung up on this karmic cycle, this karmic portal, this expression of within that isn't being viewed, is observing in the corner. There's another expression of self that is observing both of it. And these emotions here, the look on her face is disdain. Is that what it is? Oh, maybe it's not as disdainy as I thought it was. So this figure in the bottom corner has it's a figure sitting down. Let me see. and then the shadow of the figure sitting down. So the one who observes the karmic cycle is aware that they have a shadow playing out this wounding that is a burden and creates betrayal in and worry in the mind of the feminine who is trying to express her emotion. She knows she is the star. She knows she is the moon. She knows she is the universe. But she's having trouble bringing something to light, bringing her emotions to light, looking at her baggage, looking at her options, looking how she carried the weight of her family, looking at how she's only ever been introduced to men that are far beneath her status as the light in the sky. The light in the sky. Okay. Then I came up with the frequency of 44. And for my personal journey, the number 44 holds the frequency of secrecy. So this is the frequency of holding on, being held on to, even though you want to be elevated in the height of yourself. Somebody is trying to hold you down as you're trying to raise up. So there is somebody physically, tangibly in the real world interfering with the consciousness of the sacral and the solar plexus and the higher heart, that don't allow others to commune in an expression of elevated consciousness. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you're not getting into the frequency of being an open expression of love. Now, as a reader, it's very important for me not to tell people like they're not able to do something, because time, energy, and effort can have you do whatever goes beyond your mind's expression of reality. As a conscious reader, it is very important for me to try to bring forth energies that are playing in the shadow, playing in the subconscious, playing the emotions. How are we looking at tempering our feminine emotions? How is that happening in your life? How 1010, this 1010 has been following me since October 10th, 2021. It just keeps showing up as a reality. It's over. It's over. Where are the 1-1? Where is the 1-1? My dog is on her lady business, so please forgive her crying, because this is the first time she has no idea what's going on. This 44 was a frequency of secrecy that I held in my system for 44 years. It was the family trauma. It was the known. It was known. It was known. Why was it a secret? It was known by everybody. Why did it have to remain a secret? It was already in the minds. It was already a light in the minds of my family, but I held on to it like nobody knew. I had to be able to bring these emotions forth from the earth and be able to hold my light while I express those emotions, so I could enter into a place where I could tangibly call in energies of a soul family. These fish all around, for me, that's the soul family coming. That's the people that are here to do the same kind of things. We have this beading. She's got this beading on her head. Sorry if I don't know if you can see it. Okay, there we go. This beading is in the sky here too. So what it looks like to me is this elevation is inside her mind. Like this card goes behind here, and the elevation of the foundation is coming in here to break up the holding of it, the holding on to it. This has, so we have the sands of time here, we have the sands of time here, and we have this camel that made it through the sands of time here. Now the camel sits with me all the time as one of my animals that assists me on. I have many animals. I have many little minis. I have many toys over here for my child self, my unmasked version of, you're just gonna have to rest, baby. My family lineage. So this is 3 versions of self. There are many versions of self, but we have the inner child, the one that's masked. We have the one that doesn't, the inner or the outer teen that doesn't want to look at it. And then we have the older version, much older. I want to say much older. A pure version, she's in a white bikini. So a pure version of ourselves witnessing from the sidelines. Now, all of these options come from a place of, this is the hard part to wonder. Like, if we're going through betrayal and if we're going through a life that is burdensome, how is it coming from a place of light? How are these men that are lesser than what we deserve coming in to teach us how to open up this darkness that was created from the inheritance of our family lineage? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize that was open. Okay, so I'll have to go back and look and see if it's working. But anyways, at the end here, we get into the cave of our soul. We get into that place that I can't right now. Whatever. We don't have to be perfect as people. And I don't have to do what other people want me to. So we have the balance, the 6 of materials, the Knight of emotions, and the Tower. So it looks like everything is crashing down. Somebody is coming in to offer balance. It's the Knight that goes with the Page, the one that is ready to offer emotions. So you 2 people coming together. That will share in love. Now, I have 3 knights coming out in this, and it has been a long time since 3 knights graced my table. So there may be action with men coming forward. You may be looking attractive because you've uncovered your frequency of secrecy and you've tempered out your feminine form. So now you can stand true in your voice. You're ready to take on action of the one. You're ready to move into the newness of the truth and the action. And this brings forth people that want to view your light. My name is April. I love you, and peace. Talk to you later.